Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting with the fifth topic of arithmetic, that is ratio. If you have not seen the last videos, I would highly recommend you cover the last four topics first, then PYQs with them, and then come to this fifth topic, that is ratio. Okay, let's start. What exactly is ratio? When we say ratio means something divided by something or something being a fraction of something, right? Suppose I say that age of A is 21 years and age of B is 42 years, right? Age of A is 21 years, age of B is 42 years. What is the ratio of their ages? So, a ratio is represented like this. A ratio means this sign, colon sign B. A ratio B will be 21 divided by 42 means quantity of A divided by quantity of B. Now, how does this help? So, ratio helps in the comparison between two quantities. So, this means if we see that ratio between A and B is 21 ratio 42, can we simplify it like 21 ones are 21, 22 twos are 42, so that is 1 by 2. So, this means A ratio B is 1 ratio 2 means if this means that B is twice as old as A. I hope it is clear. 1 ratio 2 means A is half the age of B or B is twice as older than A. So this way ratio helps in comparing two quantities in terms of their magnitude. I hope this is clear. Now let's take this example that population of USA is 33 million and India is 1.4 billion, right? So this is the current population of two countries 33 million and 1 1.4 billion or 1400 million. Now, what is the ratio of population of US with respect to India is ratio of US divided by population of India, right? So, this is 333 divided by 1400, right? So, if you simplify it, I'm not going to do the perfect division. Even if we see this is will come out to be 4 point some 4 point x, right? 4 point something. So this means if this means that population of India, let's take 1 by 4, just an approximation 1 by 4. This means the population of India is 4 times the population of United States of America. I hope this is clear what ratio is and how ratio helps in the comparison. Now moving on, next thing is representing ratio in terms of decimal and percentages. So this means let's take the recent example, population of USA. Suppose, and let's take another example, population of England. There are two countries, US and England, right? And even if we, yeah, let's take US and England, and this is just a random number 3 by 5. In reality, it might be the other thing, but let's take the population of United States of America and England is 3 by 5. If someone asks you represent this quantity in decimal, how will you do it? Simply divide 3 by 5, you will get 0.6, right? So 0.6. So what does this mean? This means that if the population of England is 1, then population of US is 0.6, right? Since 0.6 is less than 1, so we can say in this example, population of country A, that is USA, is less than country B, that is England, right? And if you want to represent ratio in terms of percentage, how will you do it? 3 by 5 is the ratio, multiplied by 100, you will get 60%. So what does this say? That population of country A is only 60% of population of country B, right? In our last example, when we showed that population of India and England, India and USA is 1 by 4. So if we can do multiplied by 100 and 25%. So this means that population of India is 100%, then population of USA is just 25% of India. I hope this is clear. How to represent it in form of decimal and percentages, right? Now, moving on. Next thing is, if two ratios, no, this is properties of ratio. This means we are going to see two major properties of ratios which we are going to use extensively in our questions, right? So let's see. If numerator and denominator are multiplied by the same quantity, then the ratio then the ratio remains the same. Ratio stays the same. How? Let's see. Suppose someone sell, even let's take the recent example, US by India, then the ratio was 1 by 4. If someone says you multiply both numerator and denominator by 2, then it will give you what? 2 by 8. This ratio and this ratio is the same. You can multiply and divide numerator and denominator by the same quantity. These ratio means are equivalent. 1 by 4 is equivalent to 2 by 8, right? Another example, 1 by 4 multiply, suppose I multiply it by 32 and I multiply base by 32, you will get 32 by 128. This ratio and this ratio is the same. I hope this is clear. Now, how are we going to use this in our question? Suppose if A by B ratio is given to you 1 by 4. Now, if someone says you this is the age of A and B and their ratio is 1:4. If I simply multiply both numerator and denominator by the same quantity, so I will get 1 hour and 4 hour, right? So I can say that age of A is 1 hour, then age of B is 4 hour. So since both are in the same variable, both have same variable R, this will be easy to solve whenever a question comes. Just note this down. We are going to use this multiplying and dividing the numerator and denominator extensively in when we'll do the previous year questions, right? Just focus on this, that you can divide and multiply by the same quantity. Now moving on, this is another property. When if A1 A1 by B1 A1 by B1, this ratio is equivalent to A2 by B2, this ratio is equivalent to A3 by B3, this ratio is equivalent to A4 by B4, and so on. This is completely is equal to add all the numerators divided by all the denominators. I will show you an example how this is possible. So this means that A1 by B1 is equal to A2 by B2 is equal to the sum of numerator divided by sum of denominator. In the last example, we have seen that 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 8, right? 1 by 4 was equal to 2 by 8, multiplying both numerator and denominator by the same quantity. This will be equal to 1 plus 2 means addition of numerator and addition of denominator. If you do this, this will be 3, this will be 12. So 3 by 12 is equal to 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 8, right? Even if you want to expand it, in the last example we have seen 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 8 is equal to, let's take 4 by, I'm multiplying denominator and numerator by 4, 4 by 16. So if you add all numerators and add all denominators, this will be the same. This is what the property says, right? Another property you have to know, right? Now let's move on to the next part. I have already mentioned these two properties. Why? There were even more, because when we have seen the previous year question, only these two properties were of significance to us. That is why we are going to ignore the remaining properties and only focus on these two properties, right? Now moving on. This example is given to you. Ratio of salaries of Ronaldo and Messi is 2:3. Now, salary ratio means salary of Ronaldo divided by salary of Messi is 2 by 3. This is clear, I hope. If savings is in ratio 4:4 means savings of uh, Ronaldo by savings of Messi is 4 by 5. Now, their expenses are this and this. We have to calculate what their salaries and we have to calculate what their savings are. These expenses are given to you. You have to calculate what their salaries are and what their savings are. Now, this thing you have to note that whenever person's salary, where the it could only be either he saves it, means savings, or the other thing is he could spend it or expenses. So salary is equal to savings plus expensive. The thing you have to know, this will be handy in many types of question. Salary is equal to savings plus expenses. Now, their salaries are ratio 2 ratio 3, right? Now, for my ease, I will say multiply this by A on both sides. So, the salary of R will be, Ronaldo will be 2A. I already told you that you can divide and multiply both by same quantity 3A. Now, in second example, savings are in ratio 4 ratio 5. Now I am going to multiply both numerator and denominator but by some other variable, suppose B. Now the savings of Ronaldo is 4B, savings of Messi is 5B. I hope this is clear. Now we know that these are the salaries and the savings. Now expenses formula is, expenses is what? Salary minus savings. I hope this is clear. Salary is expenses is saving, salary minus saving. So for Ronaldo expenses for Ronaldo is 2A, that is his salary, minus 4B, his saving. Expenses for Messi will be 3A minus 5B, which is equal to, they are given to in the exam, in the question only, to 400 and 600. Now you have two equations, two variables. You can find the value of A and B, put them in, salary for R is 2A and salary for M is 3A. When you put the value of A, you will get the salary. I'm not going to solve this because we have already have similar questions for previous year in PYQs. So we are going to this question in PYQs, right? Moving on. I hope this is clear. Here we use a property number 1. Now this is another thing. Ratio of salary of A and B is 3 by 5. Ratio of salary of B by C is 4 by 11. What is ratio of salary of A by C? So, if A by B is given, B by C is given, now they are asking you A by C. If I do this, can I not write it like A by C is equal to A by B? If I multiply A by B and B by C, this B will be cancel out. So, I will be left with A by B. So, this means multiplying A by B and multiplying B by C will give me A by C. What is A by B? 3 by 5. What is B by C? 4 by 11. So, if you solve this, you will get 12 by 55. That is the ratio of A by C. I hope this is clear. How did we do it? To find A by C, we have to multiply A by B and B by C. B and B will cancel out. You will be left with the A by C, the final ratio. Right? Moving on. Next part. If these two equations are given to you, 2A plus 4B plus 3C is equal to 0 and A minus 3B plus 5C is equal to 0. Now, they're asking you, what is the ratio of A ratio B ratio C? This is the ratio they are asking you. If two equations are given to you and you have to have three variables, how are you going to solve A ratio B ratio C? The simple way is try to solve this whole equation into single variable. Means either try to solve A and B in form of C, or you can solve A and C in form of B. Like, what are we going to do? We are going to solve A value of A and B in the form of C, or you can also do A and C in form of B. How we are going to see, right? Here what I have said, that I am going to solve this equation in form of C. Right? So to solve this equation, first thing, multiply the second equation by 2. So what you will get? First equation will remain the same. 4B plus 3C is equal to 0. Second equation is 2A minus 6B plus 10C is equal to 0. Solving this will cancel out. Minus 2B plus 13C is equal to 0. So I will write it here. 2b is equal to 13c. b by c is b by c is 13 by 2. I hope this is clear. This is the first ratio. Now, what did I do? In this case, I eliminated what? Eliminated a. Now we are going to keep a and eliminate b. We are not going to eliminate c. Why? Because we are trying to find the solution in variable c. So I will eliminate b here. I know it could be tricky, but after practice and after solving previous year questions, this will come intuitively to you. Now in eliminating b, how are we going to eliminate b? Here only, if I want to eliminate b, what I have to do? I have to multiply first equation by 3, second equation by 4. So first equation by b is 3 to the 6 plus 12b plus 9c is equal to 0, and second equation will be 4a minus 12b plus 5 4 20c is equal to 0. Now this will, if you try to solve this will cancel out. This will be minus 2a plus 29c is equal to 0. So 2a is equal to 29c, a by c is equal to 29 by 2. A by c is equal to 29 by 2, and this is the another thing we have found. A by c is 29 by 2. Now I'm just removing this, solve these equations area. So this part is clear. Eliminating a, eliminating b, you find the value of a and b, but in what c forms? In form of c. Now I have b by c is 13 by 2. I have a by c is 29 by 2. 29 by 2. So a ratio b ratio c is, a ratio b ratio c is the same 2. C is common in both cases, so c is 2, a is 29 and b is 13. So this is the ratio of a ratio b ratio c. I hope this is clear. If not, I would highly recommend you, these three questions are very important. So focus on them, rewatch this video how we have solved question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. This is not, they are not going to ask you directly in this form, but the conceptual knowledge between these three questions is very important to solve the questions of ratios in the exam. I hope this is clear. Now, moving on, comparing two ratios. Now, someone gives you 5 by 6 and 8 by 9. These two ratios are given to you. Now they ask you which one is greater or which one is lesser. First thing is, you can solve this and you will find that this is 0.8 something, 0.83, and if you solve this, this is 0. 0. What? 0.8, and after that 0.8, then 0.88 something. So this is the one way. Solve them in a decimal form and you can then compare. Even easier form is, another thing we can do is, in this case, comparing these two, there are three types of cases we can do. First thing is, make numerator same. How we can make numerator same? Multiply them with their, try to make the numerator same. Multiply this by 8 and multiply this by 5. Multiply from where I am getting 8 and 5 from here. So when I multiply 5 by 8, I will get 40. When I multiply 8, I have got 40. I hope this is clear. This is how we made the numerator same. When numerator is same, multiply multiply numerator and denominator by the same quantity. So 8 6 are 48. Multiply numerator and denominator by the same quantity. So we will get 9 5 are 45. Now we have 40 by 48. We have 40 by 45. So now note this down. When numerator is same, then higher the value of denominator, lesser is the ratio. So here we have higher value of numerator here, so this will be lesser, and this is denominator is lower, so this will be greater ratio, greater. So what did we do? We made the numerator same. Then we compare denominator, higher the denominator, lower is the ratio. Here we have the denominator higher in this case, that is 48. So this complete ratio will be lesser, the other will be greater. Now, another thing is 5 by 6 and 8 by 9 same. Now what we are going to do? We are going to make the denominator same. How we can make denominator same? Multiply this by 9 and multiply this by 6. So we get 9 6 are 54, 9 6 are 54. I hope this is clear. We have made the denominator same. Multiply numerator by the same quantity 45. Here we multiply by 6, 48. Now note this down. When denominator is same, higher the numerator, higher the ratio. Just compare this. When the numerator was the same, higher the denominator, lesser the ratio. When the denominator is the same, higher the numerator, higher is the ratio. So in our case, since the denominator is the same, higher the numerator, higher is the ratio. Lesser is the denominator, lesser is the numerator, lesser is the ratio. I hope this is clear. Second case is done. Now moving on to the last case, I have 5 by 6 and 8 by 9. Now they are asking you what is the which one is greater. Do the cross multiplication method. Take it, multiply this by this, multiply this by this. So 9 into 5 will come on this side, 8 into 6 will come on the other side. 9 5 is 45, 8 6 is 48. So this will be greater. So the right ratio will be greater. I hope this is clear. We have learned 3 methods of comparing ratios. Now I hope this is done and that completes our ratio video. I understand this is long, but this have already cleared all the concepts for the ratios. And let's do a quick recap of what we have learned. We started with what ratio is, how ratio helps in the comparison. We can represent ratio in the form of decimal or the percentages in this way. Then we have the properties of ratio, very important. I cannot emphasize more. That property of ratio is when we are multiplying and dividing by the same quantity of numerator and denominator, the ratio remains the same. This is another property we are going to use in the questions, previous year questions I will show you. Next, we have this question number 1, question number 2, question number 3 for your conceptual knowledge. And then we did the comparison of the ratio, 3 cases. First case was making numerator same. Second case of making the denominator same. There was a difference. Just go back and recap. When one was higher, the ratio was lower. But in the case number 2, when the numerator is higher, the ratio was also higher. Then we have the cross multiplication method, and that completes our ratios conceptual video. The next video is the previous year question video for the ratios, and that will complete this topic in the arithmetic. So that's all for this video. Best of luck for the preparation, and if you have any doubt, you can post them in the comments and you can download this PDF from the channel. Thank you for watching the video.